Hey, I'm back. I just wanted to make this video to kind of talk about something that I haven't really talked about on any platforms for real. So, I'm like blushing. But basically, if you follow me on Instagram, you see me like posting quotes and stuff about God, about Jesus, right? That's what this video is about. So, basically, I'm about to just talk about my journey and how I've gotten close to God. So, just to give some background, I grew up kind of in the church a little bit until I moved. So I was one of those kids where I was like, basically I was Christian because my mama took me to church when I was 3. So that's why, that was my only affiliation with the church. My mom taking me there, me being like forced to go to Bible study, all that. I wasn't very much like taking in the message. But I always said I was Christian because that's how I was raised. And then growing up, when I was about 8, I stopped going to church. And then I would just, spend my Sundays at home playing with toys. And then I didn't really get back into my faith until probably a little bit high school and then a little bit college. So each time I got back into my faith, it was because someone broke my heart and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like my first heartbreak, I did not know what to do. And so my best friend, Shakira, shout out to Shakira, she would honestly give me so much advice. And within her advice, she'd tell me things that works for her. And so she, just sprinkle in a little bit of Jesus in there. And so I was like, she keeps talking about Jesus. Let me see what this is about. So I kind of started getting into my faith a little bit in high school, fell off throughout college. Like I believed that God was real, but I was just running around focusing on everything else except for that. Then junior year, got my heart broken again. And then I really was like, okay, I literally don't know what to do. Like, I've never been this low. So I basically, I was calling her and she, sprinkled some more Jesus in there. I was like, okay, let's be for real this time. So I built my faith in God a lot more during my junior through senior year. And then when I moved out here, I kind of was like, by the time it was like the end of my senior year, I was pretty deep in my faith. Not all the way deep, but I was like, okay, God is real for real, and I pray. Fast forward now, we're going down the timeline. Fast forward to December of 2022. I had one more breakup, and I think God really was communicating with me through these breakups. Like, not that he was making them happen, but like, it was just giving me so much clarity. This breakup happened because of a prayer that I said. And without giving too much detail, I just said, God, if this person is not meant to be in my life, just take them out and give me a clear sign, because I am very oblivious sometimes. I don't be seeing the signs. I kid you not, the next day the sign came. The sign came and it really just like shook up the room, and I was like, okay, well, I can't be too mad or sad about it because this is what you want, so let's do it. And then, yeah, that was done. And at that point, I was realizing that I had a conversation with God. And I didn't realize it. It was very kind of like indirect, but I was like, God just communicated with me less than 24 hours later. Less than 24 hours later, after I prayed my prayer, he made a change. And I was like, okay, you really shook the room with that one. Let me get deeper, because obviously I'm not getting deeper. So after that, I kind of got a little distracted. I was honestly just running around Atlanta with my friends. I had like a little friend group, I was running around with them. And I was very much focused on, keep the friend group happy, the harmony, everything between them. So I was getting a little bit away from my faith because I just felt like they couldn't really relate to that. And then it was kind of like, I don't want to say I was being peer pressured, but I slightly was being a little bit pressured to like drink and stuff and just, do things that I technically wasn't supposed to be doing as a Christian. Like, I think you can drink as a Christian, but you're not supposed to be getting drunk. Like, I was just going out and having fun with them, but I was losing my focus on God, basically. So fast forward a little bit, those kind of ended, those 2 friendships, and I was like, okay, now's the time. I'm alone. There's no one stopping me from getting closer to God, because I was sad, and I was like, okay, this is what I need to do, because it was almost like people kept falling out of my life until because I needed to focus. So I spent the last few months, this is more recently, just isolating and getting close to God. So I bought a Bible, and she's cute, right? I bought a Bible and I've just been reading it. I've been in a Bible study with my friend. Well, I'm in 2 Bible study groups actually, and I've been kind of isolating. And so I was just doing really good and I was really getting into my faith. But yeah, so that kind of leads me to now. So like, where is she now? Like, what's going on? So now where am I? Now I'm not gonna say I'm a perfect Christian because I'm most definitely not. I'm at the point where I'm just trying to understand more. So I'm frustrated because if I could take in all the information in the Bible in like 2 days and have that all to just work off of, I'd be good. But I'm so impatient that I'm just like, dang, I have to wait till I get to this or this. So yeah, but to get more information, because I just want to learn more so that I can like basically start acting in the ways that the Bible says I should behave. I've been, following more people on Instagram that post about like the Bible and everything. I've been following people on TikTok. There's an app called BePerk. It's like a Christian TikTok. I'm on there. I need to start posting on there, but I haven't really been confident to post about it because I feel like I'm such a I don't want to say a baby Christian, but like I'm kind of new-ish to getting into my faith for real, for real. So I want to post in there honestly just to be not relatable, but like for people that are not as deep in their faith, and then we could all work up together on getting deeper in our faith. So yeah, I've been trying to surround myself with all the information because I need as much information as possible. I need to know what to do. And it's like, some people can see that as restricting, as like, oh, all these rules. I wouldn't say it's rules. It's like a handbook, honestly. Like, this is my handbook. This is how I'm supposed to live life. And I never thought I'd be so like, I don't know, like get so excited about this, but like, it makes me so excited to just talk about the Bible, talk about God, talk about all that. Cause one, it's just really enlightening. It teaches you so much. And also it validates your feelings so much, right? There are certain things that people have told me like my whole life that I was sensitive about. The Bible's like, oh yeah, you're sensitive about that because you're not supposed to be doing that. I'm like, okay, see, like there's a reason behind all of this. It validates so much. Like, even if you see certain things that happen in life and you're just like, I don't understand that. Why is this like this? When you read this, I just finished, I'm not done with Genesis, but I'm reading Genesis. It takes basically like explains how everything, men and women were created, all this, the backstory of Abraham and Sarah, all that. It explains so much. That basically is the origin story. And so understanding the origin story, I was never a history nerd, but like, you gotta know history to understand why things are the way they are now. So that's why it's so cool to me. But yeah, reading the Bible has been very interesting. It's validated my feelings and it's very peaceful. It's so much better than just sitting on your phone all day too. So I guess now I can talk about the good part about where I'm at, like the good things that I'm doing, and then the not so good things that I'm doing that I need to work on, right? When it comes to getting into my faith, when it comes to my journey right now. So other good things that I'm doing outside of taking in as much content and like Christian content, Christian information as I can. Also watching Christian YouTubers, love them. I've been in Bible study. Oh, let's talk about that. So Bible study makes me happy to the point it's to the point where I drive through Atlanta traffic across town at rush hour. And I'd be so like happy about it because I'm surrounded by other people that are going through the same things as me. Or if not, they validate my feelings and they use the Bible to do that. And they're like, okay, this makes sense. And it's also guidance. We all like refer each other back to the handbook. And so I also feel like I love Bible study because at least I'm in 2 Bible study groups. One's just with like one other person. And we text each other every so often, or we'll read together and we keep each other accountable. And then my Bible study group, we keep each other accountable because it's like almost like therapy. They honking horns. It is a judge-free zone. And they're like, oh, you know why that's happening? Because in the Bible it says, so you should do this. You're viewing it from this perspective. And I'm just like, it's like therapy times 10 because you actually have like, there's a direct solution, right? And even my therapist, I've been going to a therapist and she is Christian as well. So like we can go back and forth between how deep we get into the faith or not when it comes to solving the problems, but I said, girl, if you need to bring Jesus in this, go ahead. Let's jump to the bad things now. Not bad things about Christianity. I'm going to say the hard things, because even though getting into my faith has been very rewarding, it's also been very, very challenging, and it's designed like that for a reason. It's been hard to get away from worldly habits. Let's talk about that. And it's like hard to get away from like the playlist that we have, like the music and stuff, and because the beats really they be doing it, but you have to like sit down and listen to the music. So it's been hard to kind of get away from that, but I've downloaded some new like Christian artists on my playlist. I think there's one, his name is Alex something. There's also Sunday, Alex Jean, I think his name is, and then Sunday. So I've been trying to get into that. I love me some gospel music, but I've been trying to get away from worldly music. Also because in worldly music, you'll be listening to like, I'm not gonna say her name, but I love her. But I was listening to her name and she mentioned the devil, and then she mentioned like hell, and I was like, it makes your ears sensitive to it, because you literally I've been like deep into my Bible, so I'm really sensitive to it, right? Other worldly things that are hard to get away from. I'm in Atlanta, so it's hard to get away from like party culture, and I don't do that all the time, but I did go out 3 days in a row this weekend. I will probably admit that, because I just wanted to challenge myself to see if I could, and I had a good time, but it's hard to get away from the alcohol. I stopped drinking. I gave up alcohol for Lent, but I kind of drank a little bit this weekend, not too much, because I didn't get drunk, but I drank. I still have conflicting thoughts against some of the things that are said in the Bible. I know that I love the Bible, I love everything, but there's some points that I personally don't agree with, I will say. But you have to fight the flesh, you have to fight some of your personal beliefs and sacrifice to God. And everyone gets so scared because we live in a society where it's like, oh, personal freedom, all this, like you should be free to do whatever you want. Yes, that is true. But if you're choosing to be a Christian, you are sacrificing you're not sacrificing your life, but you're sacrificing your flesh for God, because your spirit is more important than your flesh. The flesh is anything of this world. So that has been the biggest challenge for me, because I'm very much like liberal, do what you want. So it's been a challenge, but I've been still keeping the liberal part of me by like not judging others, because I feel like that's where a lot of people go wrong too when they get into Christianity, because they're like, if someone's not doing exactly what's written in the Bible, they're judging them for this or that. But Jesus don't want you to judge either. So I've been channeling my liberal side by just not judging others, and then by working on myself. But part of that too, I gotta finish this before my camera dies, is not judging myself. It is so hard to not judge myself, because I'd be like, ooh, she did that. Oh, you went out 3 days in a row this weekend. Oh, I don't know what God's gonna say about you. I've been trying to work on that and just not being so hard on myself. Yes, you can repent, but we also need to work towards becoming as much like Jesus as possible. You know, following him, what he says in the Bible, the way he acts in the Bible. We need to at least try and put forth the effort, and God can tell if you're actually trying or if you're just repenting and then gonna do it again. So that's what I'm working on. I'm trying to not beat myself up so much about it. And yeah, like that's where I'm at now. So I'm trying to get as close as possible to God, and I also am accepting more Christian friend applications, because I need good influences in my life, good Christian influences in my life, because it also makes me like act in a way that's better, you know, like behave in a way that's more like Jesus. So that's where I'm at. I love Jesus. I love God. I can gladly say I'm Christian, and now you guys can understand where I got all the Bible quotes and everything from, like where this came from. So my camera's about to die, but comment below and tell me about your journey into your faith. That's what I want to know. And then any questions that you have if you're getting into your faith, or any advice for getting into your faith, because I need as much advice as possible. Okay, bye.